3, 2, 1, go! Hello and welcome. Today we're going a little further. It's day 218, so we're going 21.8 kilometers. Hi, my name is Lars and today I have run 14 kilometers so far. When I come home I'll have run more than half a marathon for the 7th time this week. So why and how did I get here? Well, just tag along and I'll tell you all about it. So I thought I would start by talking a bit about myself and who I am. I'm not a professional runner. I'm not an elite runner or anything. I'm just an average person who enjoys running now and then. So 150 kilometers in 1 week is pretty extreme to me. So how did I get here and why am I running this far? I'd like to start with the start. I always enjoyed running. When I was a child, I would sometimes go running with my dad and I was pretty good at it, nothing special. There were a lot of people who were faster than me, a lot of people who ran further than me. You know how it is when you're not too serious about running, but you enjoy it. So maybe you start for a period and maybe you train for a race, maybe you want to lose some weight. That was me, just various lows during various periods. I never really took it very seriously, but I always enjoyed it. So in 2024, I decided that this year I'm going to do a lot of running, and I set a goal of 2,000 kilometers. That's an average of 40 kilometers a week almost. And I actually made it, and that made me feel good. I did a lot of running and ended the year with half a marathon in a almost personal record. Now it's not always that easy making PRs, but I was below 1:45 for half a marathon, which was very satisfying to me. And then, as it is when you reach a goal, activity dropped. So I didn't run so much in early 2025, but I had this idea which I had been working on for many years. I'd like to try something a bit special, and actually I started out wanting to do some charity, and then I would start running and I would run further and further and further, and then people could donate based on how many kilometers I was running and so on. But you know what, it became very difficult because I needed micropayments and there were tax issues and I needed a website and so many things needed to fall into place to make that happen. So I talked with a colleague about it and he said, why don't you just buy a camera and start running if that's what you want to do? So I bought this camera, a GoPro 13. I bought it used on the Danish equivalent of eBay. And then on June 22nd, 2025, I started running 100 meters. On June 23rd, I ran 200 meters and 300 meters and 400 meters. And every day I added 100 meters. So that both explains the how and the why. I'm running 150 meters because I'm adding 100 meters to my run every day. And how? Well, I'm adding 100 meters to my runs every day. It sounds like a strange strategy, but it's actually very easy and manageable. I get up every morning, I never miss a day, and then I just go 100 meters more. I take it nice and slow. This is not about speed, this is about endurance, it's about keep going. Of course, speed is relative. Some people might think it's fast, others may think it's very slow. I run about 6 minutes per kilometer, which is about 10 kilometers every hour. So as time goes on, you can see that my runs are taking longer and longer, but it's a pretty stress-free way of adding distance. I don't feel overburdened by the long kilometers. And next week, well, we're going 155 kilometers. We actually add 4.9 kilometers every week. So it's a good way of adding distance without thinking too much. I'm never concerned with what am I going to do today. I just put on my shoes and run the exact distance I'm meant to run. And then the day after I do it again. So you might think, how far is it going? Is he going to keep on running until he gives up, or what's the plan? So far the plan is to go for 500 days. I want to reach 50 kilometers each day. That's 350 kilometers every week. So quite a high number, but you have to be ambitious sometime. Every day I bring this camera, and when I come home I edit the footage of the day and put it up on YouTube. So you're almost getting live updates every single day. Yesterday I reached 350 subscribers, and I find that amazing. I want to thank you all for joining, and thank you for all your comments and all your encouragement and support. I really couldn't have gotten this far without you guys. It means the world to me that someone is watching and listening, and all the comments I get really helps me move on. I had a bit of a crisis yesterday, but it's better today. So I want to thank you all for your support. And if you have any questions regarding this project, just let me know in those comments. I'm planning on doing a Q&A in a couple of days. So the more questions you come up with, the better. I'd love to answer anything, especially regarding running. But if you want my opinion on something else, that's cool too. And if you're not subscribing, I'd like to invite you to follow along with the project and see how it goes with the next 282 days until we reach 500. It's going to be an interesting journey, but we're far from done yet. At the end of my videos, I add these numbers. It's a small summary of how much I run so far, and as you can see, we start with the days. Total days is 500. I run 218, so there's 282 left. And then kilometers, we've run 21.8 kilometers today, and almost 2,500 since the project started. And when the project is done, we'll have run 12,525 kilometers. So you can see I'm still missing more than 10,000 kilometers. And then finally the distance in miles, so everybody can understand. I have a bit of a problem with miles, so I guess people using miles have the same problem with kilometers. I still need to run 4 kilometers, so I'll just do that and then I'll get back to you. See you later. 4 kilometers later, we crossed 21 kilometers now, so 800 meters more, and we're done for today. I hope you find it interesting, this project. I hope you find it quite amazing that I just an average runner reached 150 kilometers in 1 week. I hope you will follow along and let me show you the road to 500 days. And then I hope that you're safe out there. It just started snowing. I know we have some people in Texas who are watching the channel, and as I understand it, the weather has become pretty horrific over there. So I hope you're all safe. Take care. And then I'll just say thanks for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful Sunday. I'll see you tomorrow for 21.9 kilometers, and the journey continues. Bye. And there we go, 21.8 kilometers in 1 hour and 10 minutes.